Hello everyone and welcome to the demo part of topic 2, during which we'll talk about how do you set up a local development environment. One of the things with this course, we do allow a lot of different choices as far as how your development can be done. Those choices include things like running it locally, which is what we'll be going through here. Additionally, there are things like Hugging Face spaces that you could use, and also things like Google Collab. So there's any number of choices, and this is just one of many. Moving on to the point of this discussion, which is to set up a environment locally. The approach we're going to use is to install Anaconda. And Anaconda is a software package that makes it easy to install various machine learning tools and AI related software. It simplifies the distribution process so that you're getting a fairly new version of everything that's been tested together. It works fairly nicely and it is free, so do not pay for anything. So we start this process by obviously going and downloading Anaconda, and we'll do that by me switching out of this and actually doing it. So here's the screen. Note the download button down here at the bottom, up at the top, anaconda.com download. So this is where you'll want to be, and you'll want this free download thing. If you see anything asking for money, you're in the wrong place, right? So you just click the download button and it'll start the download. I've already downloaded it into my downloads folder, so we can go ahead and skip the waiting part. And here we are. So inside of my downloads, there will be those files will be showing up as the ones coming in, a second copy of it. That's one of these unconfirmed. This is the installer, and I'll go ahead and cancel this so it doesn't interfere with any bandwidth or whatnot. And sorry about the switching. So this is the installer that was downloaded into your downloads folder, and that'll be whatever location is specific to your particular operating system. It's sorry for the view. There's a preview pane that's turned on, so it's looking a little weird. So here's the file. You can see the size, relatively large files, so you'll want to keep that in mind. Also, as a general kind of guiding concept on this local config, local development environment approach, is that if you're on a older laptop or something with not a lot of computational power, it may not be the best choice for you. So you may want to consider one of the other approaches as well. So I went ahead and launched the installer. While it's doing that, I'll go ahead and close this. They're giving you a link to a definitive guide on AI platforms for open source. So feel free to take a look at that if you're inclined. So the download or the installer is opening up, and it's in this case I'm installing 2023.09. You do want the 64-bit installer. If there's a choice or a question, if that comes up, make sure you pick the 64-bit. There's a license agreement, fairly typical BSD 3 clause, so it's not too unusual. Agree to those. You have a choice of installing for just the current user or all users on the system. Generally speaking, you just need it for yourself unless you actually are on some sort of a shared computational platform, which is unlikely. It does require administrative privilege if you do attempt to install for all users, but I'll just click next. Then you're given a location of where you would like to install it. Because I have a relatively small C drive, I'm going to install it on my D drive. It does take up, it looks like they're around 5.7 gigs. We'll go ahead and click next. These defaults are pretty much all you'll want to do. You don't necessarily need to change anything. You don't want to add Anaconda 3 to your path as a general rule because it may have you some challenges and conflicts with other applications. You probably do want to register Anaconda 3 as your default Python 3.11. That's the version that's going to be installed. Go ahead and click install, and it goes through the process of doing the installation. It goes relatively quick. There is a point here where it'll pause about here. So it's setting up the package cache, and then sometimes it also seems to take like a snapshot of your system. This is the longest part of the install. It doesn't take real long, so we'll just wait. As I mentioned, this is one of many approaches that can be used. This is something I've also documented before in my channel on YouTube. So you can like and subscribe to that channel, and you'll see similar sort of videos where I've went through the process of installing and setting up data science and machine learning and AI environments in various ways. There are many different ways that you can do it. So with that, once this is completed, your next step will be to verify it. That's what we'll talk about next. I'll go ahead and wrap this up, keeping these relatively short. The next step will be verifying the installation. Thank you for watching. And as always, like and subscribe, as they say. And if you have questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you very soon.